Hello and welcome to Easton News. My name is Joseph Taft, replacing Abby Kitchenham.
And I'm Jack Ryan.
Foundry Street and Norton Avenue Water Main Replacement Project began the week of February 6, 2023, and will continue through the spring of 2023. Work involves replacing the existing water mains on Foundry Street from Old Foundry Street to Norton Avenue and on Norton Avenue from Foundry Street to Old Foundry Street. Work will begin on Foundry Street from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday, weather permitting. 2 lanes of traffic will be maintained where possible, but residents and motorists should be prepared for intermittent lane closures during working hours. If you have any questions, please contact the DPW at 508-230-0800.
On March 4th at 3 p.m., ECAT, with partnership of the Ames Free Library and the Easton Shoveltown Cultural District, will host Rock That Crown. We will have the 2023 Miss Upstate New York and local author Kennedy Campbell to celebrate her new children's book, Crown Act. The book advocates for people being allowed to live with dignity and justice by creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. The event will be held at the Queeset House at 51 Main Street, North Easton from 3 to 4:30. This event is for all ages and abilities. Complimentary refreshments will be provided.
2023 dog licenses are now available online. To license online, search by dog ID number or enter your last name, street name, and/or dog name. Residents will only be able to use the online dog licensing service if the rabies certificate that is on file in the town clerk's office is current at the time of licensing. To update your rabies certificate on file, please email a copy to townclerksoffice@easton.ma.us. Again, that is townclerksoffice@easton.ma.us, and allow a few business days for internal processing before attempting to license online. Please note that the bank charges 50 cents to pay by electronic check, and there is a $1 postage and handling fee for each online license issued. Dog licenses and tags will be mailed directly to you. After the break, find out how to get clean water.
And how to help with your taxes and heating costs.
This is Easton News.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of For the Love of Words.
After a 3-year hiatus, join me, John Holgerson, and
Priscilla Almquist Olson,
as we interview poets and musicians.
Could you give the audience a little summary of your background as a child?
When I turned 7 or so, we were car bombed. That stuck out.
And have them share their love of words.
Sometimes I wonder, do you ever think of me?
a thin broth of moonlight caught in the trees spreads across the garden brush, so one side of every stick shimmers while the other sides melt into one another, a mass grave of cherry, pear, and pine.
For the Love of Words at 7 p.m. on Thursdays.
Don't have time to sit down and watch ECAT programs? Don't worry, ECAT has got you covered. That's right, ECAT has
Podcasts!
Yes! ECAT Podcast Channel has your favorite shows that you could listen to. Whether you want to chill and listen to the Ron Van Dam Show and hear him talk about what's bothering him that day, or the show hosted by local legends Stephanie Weinstein and Meredith Keach, where they talk about anything and everything, or take a listen to the weekly news hosted by Jack Ryan and Abby Kitchenham. Stay tuned in with Tiger Talk hosted by Oliver Ames students. Community Forum is where their host Priscilla talks about all things Easton. Easton residents can also find government meetings about various topics. You can find the podcast on Podbean and all your favorite podcast platforms. Just by searching ECAT or the ECAT podcast, you can find it all. The ECAT podcast channel is powered by Podbean, so either in the car ride or walking around town, you can always catch what's going on with ECAT. Happy listening!
There's a storm.
Join me, Priscilla Almquist Olson, to explore the town of Easton and its interesting, engaging, ordinary, and extraordinary people, and meet a smorgasbord of guests, including artists, authors, musicians, business owners, community organizations, clergy, local leaders, etc., etc., etc. Community Forum at 3 p.m. on Thursdays and 1:30 p.m. on Saturdays. See you then.
The Easton Water Division has installed a self-service water filling station to provide water with levels of PFA S6 below 20 nanograms per liter to those in sensitive subgroups. That's pregnant or nursing women, infants, and people diagnosed by their healthcare provider to have a compromised immune system, as well as other concerned residents. The filtration station is located on the side of the Water Division building at 417 Bay Road. The station can fill water containers up to 5 gallons.
Welcome back to Easton News. The Are You OK free telephone calling service provides peace of mind for both the individual and their family. The program provides reliable, daily phone assurance and the security a person may need to maintain their independence. The program is designed for seniors, disabled persons, and shut-ins living in Bristol County. The Bristol County Sheriff's Department will make a telephone call to an individual's home at approximately the same time each day. If no one answers, the Sheriff's Department will call back shortly. If no one answers the second time, the police department will be called immediately to check on the individual's status. Enroll today at 508-994-8932 or toll free at 888-809-8932.
Frothingham Hall will once again be hosting AARP tax preparation on Tuesdays and Thursdays between February 7th and April 13th. The guidelines are for serving low to moderate income taxpayers who cannot afford to pay professional tax preparers. Appointments are a first-come, first-served basis. Once appointment dates and times are filled, no additional appointments will be added. This year, you will meet with a preparer for the duration of your appointment, not drop off like last year. Lastly, as a reminder, these appointments are limited and do book up very quickly. To book your appointment, please call 508-230-0690, extension 1.
Could you use some additional help this year, paying for heating, fuel, transportation, or food costs? At the annual town meeting in 2020, residents voted to adopt a local option under MGL Chapter 60, Section 3F to establish a Veterans Assistance Fund. This fund, known as the SERVE Fund, can provide eligible veterans or surviving spouses up to $1,400 per year, depending on fund availability at time of application. As part of the rollout of the SERVE Fund, the town is directing $100,000 of American Rescue Plan Act funding to immediately provide assistance to qualifying veterans and families. This support comes in addition to $150,000 of ARPA funds directed toward the Taxation Act Aid Committee Fund as part of the town's broader ongoing efforts to provide direct financial assistance to residents in need. Eligibility criteria is 80% of the area median income guidelines. Easton residency and proof of veteran status is required. For more information on this and many other ways the Easton Department of Health and Community Services support our community, please visit the Town of Easton Health and Community Services webpage. Applications are also available at Frothingham Hall, 15 Barrow Street. If you would like to donate to this fund, please make checks payable to Town of Easton SERVE Fund. That is SERVE Fund.
Nomination papers for the annual town election to be held on Saturday, April 22nd are available at the town clerk's office, with the deadline being 5 p.m. on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. The election calendar with candidate deadlines, the position on the ballot, and a complete candidate packet are available on the town's website. Interested candidates are invited to call 508-230-0530 or email townclerksoffice@easton.ma.us with questions.
Open burning season began January 15th and runs until May 1st. A permit is required to open burn in compliance with Massachusetts law. Easton residents can apply for open burning permits online. To submit an application, your name, street, address, and phone number are required. Residents must request authorization for a residential burn on each day they wish to burn. Residents are not asked to call the department's administrative offices to request a burn. All requests must be made online.
Violations of the permit requirements, open burning law, and/or open burning regulations will be grounds for permit revocation. According to the Massachusetts law, anyone found burning without a permit may be subject to criminal charges, the punishment for which is a fine up to $500, plus the cost of suppression or imprisonment for up to 1 month or both. Burning must be done between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. on January 15th to May 1st, at least 75 feet away from all dwellings and as close as possible to the source of the material being burned. Residents are allowed to burn brush, cane, driftwood, and forestry debris, agricultural materials including fruit tree and bush prunings, raspberry stalks, and infected beehives for disease control, trees and brush from agricultural land clearings, fungus-infected elm wood if no other acceptable means of disposal is available. Residents may not burn leaves, Brush, trees, cane, or driftwood from commercial or industrial land clearings, grass, hay, leaves, stumps or tires, construction materials or demolition debris, or household trash.
You can help prevent wildland fires by burning early in the season. Wet and snowy winter conditions help hinder the rapid spread of fire on or under the ground. Changing weather conditions and increased fire danger in spring can lead to many days when open burning is not allowed. April is usually the worst month for brush fires. When snow recedes but before new growth emerges, last year's dead grass, leaves, and wood are dangerous tinder. Winds also tend to be strong and unpredictable in April. For more information on open burning in Massachusetts, visit mass.gov.
Friday, March 10th from 4 to 7 p.m., pop by the Animal Protection Center of Southeastern Massachusetts after work to pursue a variety of books for sale. Langwater Farm will be joining, offering wood-fire pizza for all to enjoy. The book sale will continue the following day on Saturday, March 11th from 10 to 3, with 100% of the proceeds going towards the animals. They will be accepting donations of books throughout February. APCSM will also be offering a pet CPR and first aid class May 21st at 10 a.m. The cost of the program is $55. Both events will be at the Animal Protection Center of Southeastern Massachusetts, located at 1300 West Elm Street Extension, Brockton, Mass. This week, we feature a pet of the week that may need help finding their forever home. This week, we have Cookie, and we have Katie from the APCSM to show off Cookie in our feature here.
Hi, I'm Katie from the Animal Protection Center, and today we have Cookie. Cookie is an 8-year-old spayed female. She is a calico, and she's looking for her forever home. Cookie would do best in a home with no other kids, no animals. She definitely would like to be the only child in the home so she can get all the attention. This little girl is super, super sweet. She can be a little shy when she first meets you, but she definitely warms up. If you're interested in adopting her, you can fill out an adoption application at our website at apcsm.org.
If anybody that you may know is in the market for a new pet, I'm sure that Cookie would be a wonderful addition to the family. So the Ames Free Library is holding an event to create ice cream cones with yarn and paper. While it may not be exactly ice cream social weather outside, kids can use their imagination. Imagine that. Recreate this classic summer treat with yarn pom-poms and paper cones. Then hang them up inside while we dream of warmer weather. Kids ages 8 to 12 are invited to register. Now, creating pom-poms requires careful attention to detail, so parents, please be prepared to lend your child a helping hand, or two, if needed.
Before drifting off to dreamland, make a cozy little detour at the library. At 6:30 p.m. on the fourth Monday of every month, join Miss Alicia for Pajama Storytime. This event includes books, rhymes, and lullabies to help you wind down your evening. Pajama Storytime will last about 30 minutes, ending with a seasonal mindfulness exercise. This program is designed to engage children of various ages. Families with children of any age are welcome to attend. Pajamas and stuffed animals are encouraged but not required. The next event date is February 27th at 6:30 p.m.
If you love beading, or if you're interested in a meditative act of creation, head on over to the Library Beaders group. Their goal is to have endless fun while learning new techniques and sharing tips and resources. Classes normally take place on the third Monday of every month from 6 to 7 p.m. at the Queesit House. Meetings are free and open to all. If you have any questions, email Jerry at friars1981@yahoo.com.
The Ames Free Library has a Zoom Writers Group. The Zoom Writing Group is a friendly group of new and experienced adult writers of all genres. They meet twice a month on the second and fourth Monday of every month from 3 to 4:30 p.m. to discuss writing, read what each other are working on, and give each other support and feedback. Each meeting, they have a 15-minute free write based on a prompt and a short discussion on some element of the writing. To find out how to join our next Zoom meeting, contact Beverly at beverly.post@comcast.net.
The Ames Free Library Wiggleworms meet every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Best for mobile toddlers, Wiggleworms feature songs, rhymes, and a story or two to keep little ones engaged. This program is held by Miss Alicia and runs for about 30 minutes. No registration is required and all families are welcome. To keep us comfy and warm, Wiggleworms will meet in the children's room throughout the winter. Come spring, they will be moving back outside to the garden on sunny days. Please contact kids@amesfreelibrary.org with any questions or concerns.
The Ames Free Library has a Dungeons and Dragons club. Teens, do you want to learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons? Do you want to make new friends and have lots of fun? Well, join the Dungeon Master Clarence from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. every other Tuesday beginning February 7th, 2023 in the Queesit House for the new Dungeons and Dragons Club. All you need to bring is a notebook or some paper, a pen or a pencil, a set of dice, and your imagination. No registration is required.
Your 7-day forecast and sports recap still ahead.
Stay tuned. We have details on an opportunity to fill your mouth with cupcakes and spaghetti, but not at the same time. You're watching Easton News.
That's a bummer.
In 2023, Easton is a tight-knit community of 25,000 people. But with the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to forget our past. A time when Easton's population was 6,000.
Everybody knew who everybody
and
everybody was.
And there was respect.
There was respect for everyone.
When kids enjoyed great freedom and independence.
Everybody was poor at today's standards, but we all were in the same boat and we enjoyed life.
So join me, Priscilla Almquist-Olsen, as I explore what makes Easton so very special with some of its lifetime residents.
I think Easton has so much to offer. And if you're living in a community, you have to know it.
Watch Growing Up in Easton Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Friday at 9 p.m. See you then.
The Hockomock Film Festival is open for submissions. This high school film festival is open to any student residing or attending a school in the Hockomock League. A competition-based film festival, the Hockomock Film Festival encourages students to be creative, have fun, and work collaboratively while creating unique films. The Hockomock Film Festival was originally founded in 2002 as the Easton Film Festival. The founders recognized that there was a broader opportunity and reconstituted it to include 13 neighboring towns of the Hockomock League. These towns include Canton, Easton, Foxborough, Franklin, Mansfield, Milford, Norfolk, North Attleboro, Plainville, Sharon, Stoughton, Taunton, and Wrentham.
Festival categories include drama, documentary, and PSA. Submissions to the festival are due May 19th, and an award ceremony will be held on June 9th. The Hockomock Film Festival is an Easton Community Access Television production and is supported in part by a grant from the Canton, Stoughton, Sharon, Franklin, and Mansfield Cultural Councils, local agencies which are supported by the Mass Cultural Council, a state agency.
The Covenant Congregational Church in Easton will be holding an event Thursday, February 23rd through Sunday, February 26th. It will feature a gospel choir with noted director Linda Brown and San Martin, a soloist, composer, and educator for over 5 decades. Events will be Saturday, February 25th, a workshop for all ages from 2 to 4 p.m. On Sunday, February 26th, there will be a workshop for all ages from 9 a.m. through our worship service at 10:30 a.m. It will be held at the Covenant Congregational Church, Easton, Mass., 204 Center Street.
Hi, my name is Gwen Knowles, and I am a schools counselor here at Southeastern Regional Voc Tech High School. So our door is covered with educators, and as we are educators as well, I just thought it would be nice during Black History Month to highlight some significant educators of Black descent. So I thought it would be nice to pay homage to the educators within the building who are of Black descent, and I put the janitors up there as well as paraprofessionals because we all have the ability to educate in one way or another. There's formal training and then there is informal training. It gives them a chance to learn about other, Black people who have been very influential in American history. There's a standard Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth. Like there's a top 10 that people are familiar with, but there's so much more. Like that's the top of the iceberg, and when you go down below the water, the iceberg is much deeper, and that's how Black history is as well. It will show the community that everybody has something to contribute and to respect the contributions of everyone. I really did like the cosmetology door. It was inspired by the Crown Act, and it was, it was really nice, and it really hit home what they were trying to accomplish when they did this. That Black history is American history. All of the things that we're looking and discovering, it happened here on American soil, so it's a part of American history. Carter G. Woodson, who he was considered the father of Black history, that I don't think that he could even imagine some of the strides that have been made in the area of Black history, and the reason why he did create it when it was just Negro History Week was because there wasn't representation, and he knew a lot of Black people that had did significant things and couldn't understand why they weren't being recognized. So just to give homage and honor to him. And his story is incredible if people would research up on him themselves. So that's all that I'd like to add about Black history, and thank you very much.
I'm Jesse Barnett. I've been an Easton resident for about 20 years now. These particular photos are specifically concert photography. I've been working in the music industry since 1994, and I started photography in 2012, but have been going to conferences for my business for a number of years, and ended up bringing my camera with me a few times and started shooting some of the shows, and it just sort of became a natural thing to continue doing that as I go to concerts. I got into photography about a dozen years ago. I've been working from home for over 20 years, and after realizing it was stressful and I was never leaving the house, I decided that I needed a hobby that would specifically get me out of the house. With artists that I've seen before, you kind of can tell when they're going to be doing certain things. You know that Grace Potter is going to be kicking up her leg at some point and rocking out, and her hair is going to go flying, and she's great for that. I've shot Charlie Crockett before, and I know he tends to look down and does a thing with the side with the guitar. Some of the things, though, are just caught in the moment. I have a shot here of Sugar Ray Rayford. That was the particular photo. I love it. It's just got this drip of sweat going down his head, but that was taken right before he started his set, and he was just on stage checking sound and waiting to begin, and it just happened to capture the moment, and I just liked the shot afterwards. This collection just went up a couple of weeks ago, and it's going to be up, as far as I know, to the end of March. And we'll see where it goes from there. But I've been offered the space for the months of February and March. Best way, I have QR codes up on the thing here, but Instagram is a great way to reach out at first. Jesse Barnett, and look forward to being in touch with people.
Make sure to check out the Easton Shoveltown Cultural District Art Co-op on 50 Main Street to see other local artists, which are switched out monthly.
Now we send it to Adam Carreiro for the upcoming 7-day weather forecast.
This is your 7-day weekly forecast. On Friday, we start to recover from a messy winter mixed storm, but with the temperatures dropping, areas will start to freeze up. On Saturday, we'll have some below zero wind chills. Temperatures bounce back on Sundays to stay seasonable. Most of the week, temps stay around seasonable, but on Tuesday, we could possibly have another mixed situation or a snowstorm happening. The winter season comes back for the turn of the month into March. Soon we can start looking forward for spring. I'm Adam Carreiro for your 7-day forecast.
Do you want to learn how to decorate cakes or cupcakes? Join Caribith of the Caribith Creation in Basics of Cake Decorating, Buttercream 101 at Frippery Crafters Collective and Studio. This class will teach you the basics to create amazing desserts from items baked at home or even store-bought baked goods. Caribith has been decorating cakes since her grandmother taught her at the age of 6, perfecting her skills over the last 30 years, including teaching at Joann's and getting Wilton certified. In this intensive 4-hour class, You will receive all the supplies needed with instructions on how to use them, learn how to make buttercream frosting, and be taught the basic piping and coloring skills. At the end of the class, you will have 4 cupcakes you decorated yourself to take home. Class will be held Sunday, February 26th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with a maximum of 10 people. Learn more at frippery.us.
We Do Care will be holding their We Do Care Mardi Gras Gala on March 4th. Hors d'oeuvres start at 6 p.m. at 20 Pleasant Street in Millis, Mass. To purchase tickets, go to tinyurl.com/WeDoCareGala2023. This event is benefiting We Do Care Grief and Loss, Inc., helping widows become warriors.
The Easton Boy Scout Troop 42 will be hosting a spaghetti dinner on Sunday, March 12th from noon to 4 p.m. at the Covenant Congregational Church, that's 204 Center Street in Easton. Tickets are available online, in person, from a Troop 42 Scout or at the door. Tickets are $8 per person or $30 for a family for up to 4 people. Your dinner will include all-you-can-eat spaghetti with sauce, meatballs, garlic bread, drinks, and dessert. There will also be a silent auction with themed gift baskets.
Hello and welcome to your weekly ECAT Sports Recap. My name is Joseph Taft. With winter sports wrapping up for the Hockomock League, let's check out the results for last week. OA girls basketball rounded out their regular season on the road. They stepped onto league-leading Foxborough's home floor last Friday night without Sarah Hilliard or Cadence Durba in their starting lineup. They were still able to give Foxborough a run for their money, setting up a couple of late runs in the second half to get within striking distance. Foxborough was shaking in their boots when a Cameron Durba 3 made the score 43-40, and they were even able to get it to 2, but when the buzzer sounded, the Tigers were defeated 58-52 by the undefeated league champions. It was an inspired effort by the girls, which carried them into the Spartan Classic, a tournament hosted by St. Mary's. The girls faced Dartmouth in the first round and took the 58-51 win. Then on the 20th, the girls took on Malden Catholic for the trophy and were successful. They won by the same score as last game, 58-51, and took home the title of Spartan Classic Tournament Champions. Congratulations on a strong year, girls. The OA boys basketball team held their senior night on the 17th against Foxborough. They celebrated several seniors in what was their season finale. Even though the OA faithful cheered loud for their Tigers, the boys dropped this one 52-31. They will look to improve on their record next season. The boys hockey team took on Plymouth South this past Saturday. Plymouth South scored with just over 2 minutes left in the first, but OA evened it at 1 apiece. Early in the second, the Tigers then took a 2-1 lead. Those goals came from Dan Paul and Jack Perrin. Plymouth South was able to tie it at 2 just a few minutes later, but Matt Lawson put one in early in the third to put the boys up for good as they took this one 3-2. With the win, the team qualified for the playoffs, so congratulations, fellas. The boys then took on Westwood on President's Day. Westwood started out strong, netting 1 in the first 30 seconds of the game and another 2 goals early in the second. By the start of the fourth, OA found themselves down 4-0. They were able to get a couple of those back, getting on the board with just under 8 to play, but they ultimately lost this one 4-2. This has been your final weekly ECAT sports recap of the winter regular season. I hope you've all had as much fun following the teams as I've had covering them. Make sure to keep an eye out for winter playoffs and tune in once spring sports come back around. Thank you.
Thank you for watching Easton News. This has been Jack Ryan. And do you know what the Statue of Liberty stands for?
And Joe Taft, I believe it's because it couldn't sit down. Thank you for watching Easton News.